This morning we are having some grits. I don't know if I'm allowed to open this, but I'm going to. We're having some eggs. And then also going to reheat some bacon. And just in case anyone is curious, so my husband is making this breakfast. He pretty much always does our breakfast. We do half bone broth and half milk.
It's 4 to 1.
Okay, so 4 part liquid, 1 part grits. So if you do 1 cup of grits, then what we do is 2 cups of milk, 2 cups of bone broth, if we have it available. And it makes them really nice and creamy. All right, y'all, for lunch today, we are having leftovers from dinner. The hash that I made, that 3-ingredient hash. If you want to see the recipe for that, I'll have it linked so that you can see it. But 2 of us are going to eat that, and then some of the other lunches are things like cottage cheese, fruit, stuff like that. Tonight for dinner, we have another 3-ingredient meal, and before I even start this, I do want to let you know there are so many different ways that you can make this specific chicken. So it really depends on how much time you have. But one of the easiest ways is to take some chicken breasts, put a little bit of salt on them, throw them in your crock pot, top with your favorite salsa, come back later, 4 hours later or so, and shred it up, serve it over rice. Literally done. That's it. It is that simple. Crazy easy. I'm gonna change it up a little bit tonight because it is actually, it's 5:45 and we do not have time for a crock pot meal. Could have if I had started it earlier, obviously, but this is how we're gonna do it tonight. So I wanna show you how you can still use these ingredients, but change it up just a little bit. So I've got some chicken breasts that I've already cut here. I'm gonna add some cumin. Now I'm not counting the spices that I'm adding as an ingredient because this is, you know, most people have this kind of stuff in their pantry. Let's add some garlic powder. We're just giving them really good flavor. Add some onion powder, again, just good flavor. And let's add some salt. You can add pepper too if you would like to. I was gonna make rice to go along with this, but then I saw in the refrigerator that we actually have pasta left over from last night, just plain pasta. So that's what we're gonna go with. We're gonna have pasta with this. A nice salad would be good on the side, but we're keeping it very, very simple to finish out this week. And if you don't know what I'm talking about when I say we're finishing out this week, I have posted every single day this week what we've eaten for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and super simple things that you can make for your family. Most of the dinners that I've made have taken under 20 minutes. Go back and watch the previous few days and you'll see all the different things that you can make for your family. So crazy easy. All right, let's take this over to the other side of the kitchen where I've got a pan that's already getting hot. We want this to be nice and hot when we put this chicken in. Let's just put a little bit of oil into the pan. There are truly so many different ways that you can take what you might see on someone's YouTube channel and just adjust it to your dietary needs. Whatever it is that your family likes, whatever you're able to eat, all that kind of stuff, just adjust it because, I mean, honestly, you can leave 1 or 2 ingredients out, usually in a recipe, and sub with something else, and it's still gonna be delicious. I did make my own salsa for this recipe. Obviously, you don't have to do that, but I have it available because we still got a lot of tomatoes and jalapenos growing on the garden. So I just threw a salsa together super fast. I'm gonna put the chicken in seasoned side down. And actually, I might need to cook in 2 batches. I don't wanna crowd it because I want it to get a nice sear on the chicken. And I'm gonna go ahead and add those same flavors on the other side. Now, if you have a bigger pan, you might be able to cook yours all at the same time. Ooh, yeah, that's what I like to see. Some beautiful color. Nice. When we first found out our dishwasher was leaking, I suggested to my husband, I was like, why don't we just not get a dishwasher and replace this right here with another cabinet? So I would not call my kitchen small. However, the last kitchen that I had was actually significantly larger than this one. And although this one is a good size and a very good layout, there is not a lot of cabinets. Like I have 1 cabinet here. I have a corner cabinet, which is kind of difficult to use actually. and then one there and one there. And that's all I have as far as cabinets go to store pots and pans and baking dishes and all those things. So I said, maybe we should just put in another cabinet and forego the dishwasher. I'm sure I could get used to it because there are plenty of people that live without one and it is completely fine. But I'm kind of missing it. If I'm being honest, I'm kind of missing it. Let's put a little bit of salsa at the bottom of the pan. Be there and kind of heat up. Turn the heat down a bit though. And then let's take all of our chicken and put that back in. You can smell that garlic in the salsa cooking. Top each one with some salsa. I'm gonna take the rest of that mozzarella that we used last night in the pesto chicken recipe and just kind of put some on the chicken. Not all over, but just in a few places. And that'll melt. I might cover this for just a moment just so that the cheese will melt a little bit. I'm gonna turn the heat pretty much all the way to low. Let's put a lid on for just a moment. And I'm gonna heat up the pasta and we'll be about ready to go. All right, friends, another really simple dinner.
I just need to explain. If there is a wet outline in my shirt when you're watching this, it's not because I was outside doing hard work. I was washing our cat, however. And to dry her, you got to wrap her up in a towel. Any of you cat owners know this because those claws can get pretty vicious and you just got to hold her against your body.
So if you follow me on Instagram, I explained the situation. Both of our animals are rescues. So our dog is a rescue about 5 years ago, but the cat is 10 years old. And apparently she was abandoned at days old. So she didn't have a mother nursing her, anything like that. And she never learned to bathe herself. So she's not a normal cat, you guys. I mean,
it's like 3 spots. She hits them all the time.
You know, most cats have, this is gross to talk about as we're eating, but you know, most cats have hairballs because they clean themselves. Ours has twice in her life, maybe, had a hairball because she doesn't know how to bathe herself. And I'm guessing it's because she didn't have that maternal example. So we get to bathe her.
And this is when I wish it was flipped, that we'd have had the dog first and then the cat, because we could have trained the dog to bathe the cat. That's what I would have
I don't know if that would work. But yeah, so we have to bathe her because she's incompetent, for lack of a better term. She can't do it. So it's like once, twice a year, maybe. It's very rare, but yeah. Another super easy dinner. So I'm just gonna cut a little piece for each of us to try. The salsa, so similar to what we made last night, because last night we had the pesto chicken and tonight it's salsa chicken, but same concept. Another good meal.
Cilantro? Mm-hmm. I like this better than last night.
Okay.
I just love cilantro and that salsa flavor.
This salsa is good.
Very good.
Yeah, and I made it in seconds because I just put it all in a blender yesterday. But yeah, it's so easy to make, y'all. And like I said, depending on how much time you have, you could throw it in the crock pot and shred it, and you have a salsa chicken that way. Serve it over rice in the same way we do our ranch chicken. Meals don't have to be complicated. They can be very simple and still be hearty and delicious. And you can change up flavors, just like truly tonight's meal is so similar to last night's, but just changing that one ingredient, salsa versus pesto, and it's a totally different meal.
That's true.
So don't be scared just to change it up little by little like that. Simple meals, y'all. Thanks so much for joining us for this full week of breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Hope you enjoyed. I've enjoyed actually doing this, so I'm thinking maybe once a quarter or something we could share that kind of thing. I don't know that I could do it more often than that. It's a lot of filming and a lot of editing, but other than that, it's been enjoyable for sure.
Enjoy, y'all.
Our verse today comes from Proverbs 2:7. He stores up sound wisdom for the upright. He's a shield to those who walk in integrity. I hope you enjoyed this series. If you missed any of the videos, make sure you go back and watch them so that you get even more inspiration for your week. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner, super easy things that you can make for your family, but that are also hearty and delicious, and everyone is going to enjoy them. Check out the video that I have listed above for even more encouragement in the kitchen. And if you're new here, subscribe and stick around for more content just like this. I hope you're having a great week.